How's it going, everyone? It's Derek Lamrew, and I was just reflecting on my time on set with Mark Bone. We were shooting his course, The Cinematic Eye in the Art of Documentary, and it just made me think there's so many little tidbits and pieces of information that I've got over the years from my time as a director and a cinematographer, and I wanted to share just a few of those today with you guys. All right, the first thing, you need to cultivate relationships.
And that's usually means putting yourself out there isn't telling people, hey, hire me, hey, hire me, hey, hire me, because we're all asking for that. We all want to be hired.
And as a director, I'm just like, I want someone that I can collaborate with that makes the day fun, easy, and we get what we wanted.
Tip number 2, start using CRLS panels or mirrors in your workflow.
It's nighttime in here. But Derek, you made it look like daytime. How'd you do it? You actually pulled out a piece of equipment that I'd never seen before. So to me, that made it look more interesting, this dappling, this like shadows here. When you put that up there, I was like, what are you doing? I love it. But even just bringing a little bit back in there. Here you go. Look at that. I'm a gaffer.
I love it, Mark.
Talk about this. This is what I had never seen on set. What do you called this? It's a diffusion cine reflector. It's like a dull mirror.
Yeah, so
You
these...
can even see it's kicking onto your face right now, but there you go.
To make me look better?
Yeah, it does. You look stunning. You always do. So what is this?
When I first started with mirrors, I bought mirrors from the dollar store.
Yeah.
I mounted wood and a baby pin on the back, and I practiced with mirrors, just like going around the studio doing
I
this.
love it.
Number 3,
I think people should come out and help for free to meet and network with people.
Yeah, I'm all for it because I did it a bunch. And
I
know
did it too.
there's
I still do it.
There's this tension in this. And no, exactly. There's this tension in the industry that you feel like you're getting used, and sometimes there just is not budget to pay everyone.
tip 4.
I'm gonna hop in. I'm gonna be.
I'm
the
the
model.
model.
I'm
You're
the
the
model
model
today. I know. I'm gonna,
Wow, look at you.
quite beautiful. Makeup.
You're all ready to go.
Yeah.
Important things to remember if you're doing a filter test is you want to use the same camera, you want to use the same lens, and you want to use the same lighting. That way everything can be tested in the same conditions. So that's what we're going to do here to the best of our abilities, minus the window sun going down a little bit on us. We have set up a couple things in the background just to help us and you see what the filter is doing to different things that could be in your image. So we have a window here. We're going to see what it does to really big highlights. We have some lights here so that we can see what it does to those, if it's going to diffuse it, if it's going to change the halation.
And they're deeper in focus, so that's important because we want to actually be able to see what the out of focus or the bokeh is doing as well with the filter. Right away, what do you see? This guy right here. Let's up it up.
Let's up it. Let's get
up
rid
it
of the
up.
eighth. Let's
Yeah.
put in a quarter.
The eighth
Got
is
it.
useless. But actually, I've achieved a very similar look to this by just smearing airplane glue just across some glass when I couldn't get access to that. Because you'll see. Drop this in and you'll see.
Okay. Yeah, that one's heavy. Mark, am I gonna like this one?
I don't know. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Can't get rid of this once you do it in camera, so you're committed, but it is a look. This makes the room immediately look like there's haze in it.
Number 5, a location scout is super important. Have an idea of what you're going to do before you even show up to set. And if you can't, try to arrive a little bit early so that you can get an idea of where you're going to place the camera and make everything look beautiful.
It's all about you knowing what actually looks good, because then when you walk into a room in the future, you know when someone goes, why don't we shoot the fireplace? You go, maybe. Or I think it's good to collaborate. Like Derek has had some ideas that I've been like, I'm not sure. And then we look at them like, oh yeah, that actually looks good. I'm pulling up Sunseeker because in this case, we have all these windows and we're gonna be having so much daylight. You can already see, if we look at our Sunseeker here, actually, this isn't gonna be too bad. Sun is always gonna be high.
It's so big. This kitchen island is just massive. So this
Yeah.
is just an option, right? If you had a lot of light, you could do this. But if you don't have a lot of light, you're probably not gonna want to battle a window. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't have blinds and we don't have enough time to set up blinds here. So let's repo. This is not a good option. That's why we're figuring out different options in this room.
Do you say bokeh? I say bouquet.
Is it a bouquet of flowers or a bokeh of flowers?
I don't know.
It's a bouquet of flowers. So you were right.
I feel like no matter what I say on my YouTube channel, there's some people upset. Like, oh, he said bouquet.
Tip 6,
Exposure. This is the foundation of your image. But if you've ever been on set with me, you'll see that I'm obsessively, if that's a real word, looking at my false colors. And now you can see our false colors here. Yeah, we're way up here at the 100 IRE level on our scale. So if I take the false colors off, you're gonna see this image is pretty much overexposed. He's starting to look more like a human, and if I take our false colors off here, we can see it's a beautiful image. And Derek is now looking more human, less pale.
Okay, the final tip.
But we're gonna try to keep it smaller and like a little bit more nimble. So we're gonna start with a panel light and just like a T-bar of 8x8. You know, it's funny, Mark, when I first started, I would just put in like a Cardellini clamp and then clamp it to a painter's pole.
Oh, just a painter's pole. So you can see this is almost like a shower curtain. It's just, you know, it's made by a film company, so it's 8 times the price. Yeah, we've also put them on this chandelier because both Landon and I so far have smoked our heads on these corners. This is literally just a bar across with 3 pony clamps. Like it's not that complicated. Like, any of you who have worked a C-stand before, you could set this up. So don't be intimidated by the size. This is good. It's showing you that even someone like myself can do some of this if you're intimidated by it.
If you haven't already checked out the Cinematic Eye, I'll leave a link in the description below. Kudos to Mark, Michael, and the entire AOD team. This course is action-packed. Myself and a lot of other guest instructors have some great advice for you. Registration is about to close, so make sure you check that out. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, just do me a favor and tap that subscribe button for more videos.